Hello my dear students, welcome back to online classes from Vivekananda PU College. I am Suprit Kezi. In today's session, we are going to continue with whatever the abiotic factors we have stopped in the last class. In the last class, we have studied what you mean by organisms, what is the relationship that it carries along with your environment, what are the precipitation level, how your habitat is formed according to the precipitation or along with the temperature aspects. What you mean by abiotic factors? What are the main abiotic factor which influence life as well as vegetation in your some physical area? We have studied that. In last class, we have discussed about temperature as well as we have discussed about water. In today's session, we are going to discuss the first thing called light and soil, that is the ending of your abiotic factor. Later we are jumping on to the response to the abiotic factor. So, I hope you all ready for this session. I again welcome you all. Right now we are going to stepping into light. Okay. Light is a main reason for the life on earth. Why, sir? Because of the reason of light, we have production of food by means of photosynthesis. Light is a reason for life on earth. Because of light, plant will produce food by means of a process called photosynthesis. You know this, right? Photosynthesis. Yes. Because of light, plant can accelerate the process of photosynthesis by the helping of your chlorophyll pigment. Okay. So, whatever the plants or the organism which fix your light by the help of chlorophyll pigment and convert it into a food form, that is glucose C6H12O6 form, they are known to be the autotrophs, right? Autotrophs. So, my final statement is food produced from autotrophs by means of a light. So, light is a primary source of production of food. That is clear. Next, this is one. Next, because of light, autotrophs can produce the food. The produced food from autotrophs will be consumed by your consumers, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, all these things you have know already. After complete consume of your food produced from autotrophs, generally the last stage of life is death. Those after the death, whatever the organisms content you have, that will be decomposed by decomposers. Next, again decomposers will be the fertile components for the autotrophs development or autotrophs growth. Then this cycle continues. So, the whole process of life, whole process of organisms, whole process of this food chain, okay, will be primarily accelerated by the presence of sunlight. Fine. The next one, light. Because of light, plant can, see we have plants, we have animals, right? Because of light, plants show photoperiodic response. What is that? I will tell you later. Photoperiodic response. What do you mean by photoperiodic response, sir? See, photoperiod means this one. Photoperiod means it is a day length. The duration of sunlight, the duration of the light, whatever available, to consume by the plant. That is your photo period. Because of photo period, the plant can undergoes a beautiful process called flowering. Yes, because of photo period or photoperiodic response, plants shows flowering. Plant, because of photoperiodic response, by the presence of light, plants show the process of flowering. Because of flowering, pollination will occur, then into reproduction. Fine. The animals, whatever you have, animals, because of the presence of light, animals, this is about the plants. Now animals, because of the presence of light, it is helping for foraging. I'll tell you this, foraging, reproduction, etc. Foraging, reproduction, etc. What do you mean by foraging? Nothing but process of searching for a food. We have many organisms, okay. Because of the presence of light, they can easily, easily can search for food, as well as they can easily find the breeding partner, and they get into the reproduction process. My dear students, you are in a forest right now. You have a huge trees, okay, herbs, shrubs here and there, okay. These huge trees, they consist of huge branches. Fine. These huge branches will form a region or a cover, okay, and they can easily shows a cover pattern because of the cover, okay, or region or the layer, whatever it is formed by its huge branches. It is not easy for the sunlight to penetrate inside the forest. You got my point? See, I'll show you. I'll write here, okay, able to see, this is a forest, just to have an imagination. I have a tree here, trees. Here I have a sun. This is having a great, tree branches. Yeah, here I have a shrubs, grass, small herbs, these are all the small plants you have here. Fine. The big branches of a tree, whatever the tall trees you have in a forest, they mask, see, this forms a layer, no, here. They mask the penetration of sunlight inside the lower region, this region. Getting my point? Okay. Now, you can ask me, how these plants able to produce the food, how they can fix the sunlight to form a photosynthesis process. Now, I can tell you, these plants in a very lower region, they get adopted, okay, for the minimal sunlight, whatever the sunlight, small rays, they can easily get into this, okay, they get adopted for the minimal sunlight to get into a process of photosynthesis. So, the herbs or shrubs, whatever in your forest, in a vegetative ground, they get adopted for the minimal sunlight to get into the process of photosynthesis. This is about the light, abiotic factor light. Next, we are going to talk about soil. That is very interesting abiotic factor. What is that? How much interesting that we can accelerate, we will see that. Soil. You take a globe, my dear students, different part of your world. In different part of a world, we have different composition of soil, right? Whatever the soil in Puttur you cannot find in Australia, that kind. Different part of a world consists different composition of soil. those soil composition or the difference of soil composition, okay, that is because of climatic condition, whatever in that habitat, climatic condition and weathering process. What do you mean by weathering, sir? Wait, weathering process. Different composition of soil, whatever you can find in different part of a world, that is because of the presence of various climatic condition and weathering process. Different part of a world consists different pattern of climate, right? And weathering is nothing but the process of formation of soil. Big pebble get converted into small pebble, then into smaller pieces, then into a very nutritive soil. It is a huge process. That is weathering process. In some part of a world, you may be having rapid production of soil. The higher efficient weathering process you can see. In some part, it is vice versa, very lower process of weathering. Okay, because of weathering and because of climatic condition, you will be having different composition of a soil. Okay, then the soil composition and grain size means size of your soil, small pebble size of the small pebble, grain size and even aggregation of soil, how much clumpy it is, okay, how much big pebble you have, okay, that is the composition, grain size and aggregation, how much clumpy soil you have, or what are the types of soil you have. You maybe find sand, you maybe find silky, that kind. Okay, these aggregation will be resulting the vegetative ground in the habitat, in your habitat. Whatever the soil composition you have, whatever the grain size you have, whatever the soil aggregation you have, all will be resulting in the formation of vegetation. How much amount of different kind of plants you have, how much amount of biomes you have, all will be because of these three factors: soil composition, grain size and soil aggregation will be resulting the vegetative ground in your habitat. Fine. Okay. Third one, your pH balance of soil, pH, acidic whether soil, basic whether the soil, pH balance, okay, pH balance as well as mineral content, pH balance, mineral content of the soil plays important role in defining fertility. Important role in soil fertility, plays important role in soil fertility. Important role in soil fertility. These are all things very important. Okay. And you take one aquatic environment. Fine. Aquatic environment. This is aquatic environment filled with the aqua water. And in this sedimentary region, this is a sedimentary region. Okay. This sedimentary region consists many animals. Here you have many organisms, small fish, snail, whatever it is, crustaceans. Okay. This region, this much region is called benthic zone. Benthic zone. Whatever animal present in this benthic zone is known to be the benthic organisms. Benthic organisms. Benthic organisms. Okay. These benthic organisms, the presence of benthic organisms, okay, that is directly, that is get influenced by the sedimentary, this much soil, sedimentary soil. Whatever the different type of sedimentary soil you have, okay, according to the sedimentary soil, you can find benthic organisms in aquatic habitat. Okay, shall I rub this? Next we are going to study, this is over, the abiotic factor, concept of abiotic factor is over here. Next we are going to study, yes, train is going. Next we are going to study the response of abiotic factor. Response of abiotic factor. Abiotic factor. Response of abiotic factor. Okay. In my ecosystem, in my entire ground, I can find 4 type of response for abiotic factor. The changing abiotic factor, whatever the changing or the fluctuations of abiotic factor you have, according to that I can find 4 type of response carried out by the organisms. What are those? The first one is called regulate. Regulate. The second one is called confirm. Confirm. The third one is called migrate. Migrate. Fourth one is suspend. Suspend. Okay, these are all the response of abiotic factor carried out by your organisms. First one is regulate. Before I explain to regulate, confirm, migrate, suspend, I must tell you the process of homeostasis. Homeostasis. You already know this, homeostasis. Homeostasis means, okay, the process of maintaining internal constant body temperature. I'll write here the process of maintaining constant internal body temperature this is important, temperature in respect with changing external environment. Okay. What do you mean by homeostasis, dear students? The process of maintaining constant internal body temperature in respect with changing external environment, external temperature. This is your homeostasis. Now, we are going to define what is regulate. Regulate means organism able to maintain its constant internal body temperature in respect with changing environment or changing external environment or changing external temperature. If they are able to maintain this kind of a phenomena, this kind of a process, this kind of a temperature inside, then there comes under regulate. We have seen many mammals, okay, or birds, they are able to maintain their internal body temperature, or lower invertebrates right here. Birds, mammals, some lower invertebrates, they are able to maintain their internal body temperature according to the changing external or ambient temperature. Then they are known to be the regulators. In our case, we are maintaining our internal body temperature, the very efficient internal body temperature that has to be maintained is 37 degree Celsius. 37 degree Celsius. Okay. In our case, when the temperature is very increasing in our external body temperature, inside we have to maintain 37 degree temperature. If in our external temperature, if it is exceeding from 37 degree temperature, okay, we start to sweat profusely. Okay. Because of the sweating, when the sweat or the drops comes out from your skin pores, they undergoes a evaporation process, right? Okay. When the evaporation is taking place, they leave a cooling effect on your all over the body. Okay. That cooling effect will be cooling your internal body temperature and helping to maintain its internal constant temperature. Internal constant temperature, sweating. What about if our external temperature or ambient temperature is falls below from 37 degree Celsius to down? What will happen? Okay, we start to shiver, right? Shivering is our own exercise carried out by the body. Because of shivering, there will be a friction. Because of friction, there will be production of heat production. Okay. This heat production will be helping to maintain the internal constant body temperature. The success of mammal on your earth, that is because of maintaining internal body temperature. This internal body temperature maintenance may be because of thermoregulation or osmotic regulation. Thermoregulation involving the function of temperature. Osmoregulation involving the function of osmotic balance. In the case of your aquatic system, they have to maintain the osmotic balance, nothing but the salt level. Whatever the organism which are able to maintain their internal body temperature, they are known to be the regulators. Next, we are going to step into confirm. Confirm. This is completely ulta, vice versa. Okay. There are some organisms that may be, the ratio may be 95 to 99%. 98% of an organism in your earth, in your biosphere, they are not able to maintain internal body temperature. Their internal body temperature may be changing or varies according to the ambient temperature, the external temperature. Okay. Those are all the organisms which are doing this process, comes under confirm. Okay. They have their thermoregulation, they don't have thermoregulation, they don't have osmotic regulation. Okay. Their internal body temperature, or their internal osmotic balance will be vary according to the external temperature. Okay. Whatever the organism which shows this kind of a phenomena which they are not maintain their body temperature, they are known to be the conformers. Conformers. These conformers may be having a group of animals as well as your plants, they are not able to maintain their internal body temperature or osmotic balance. Fine. Next is okay, before going to that, you can ask me, my dear students, why these conformers, they are not evolved for regulators. They are not, they why they can not able to maintain their internal body temperature. You can ask me. See, this maintenance of your internal body temperature is there, no, it is very energetically expensive. Okay, that is energetically expense, it is very expense to maintain internal body temperature. We must provide huge amount of energy. Okay, they are energetically expense. Most of the organisms, they are not able to maintain the internal body temperature because they don't have a great supply of energy. Okay, their system is very simple. The heat loss or heat gain, whatever we are studying now, heat loss or gain is a function of surface area. It is a matter of surface area. Okay. Then there are many organisms, they have a larger surface area compared to their volume. Larger surface area than their volume. Because of this, they cannot have a great supply of the energy to maintain the internal temperature. Okay, that's why you cannot find very smaller organisms in polar regions. You cannot find very smaller organisms. I repeat, and this is energetically expense mechanism. So very smaller organism, they are not able to maintain the huge supply of energy, and even they have a very simple system. Heat loss or heat gain is a function of surface area. We have many organisms, they have a greater volume, they have a higher volume but less they have higher surface area and less volume. Because of that, they are not able to produce or supply how much amount of energy is required to maintain this internal temperature. That's why you cannot find smaller organisms in polar region. This is why they are not evolved to maintain the internal body temperature. Then we have alternative response. Okay, for abiotic factor, we have studied regulate and confirm. Now we are going to study migrate. This is a alternative response. We have many birds, okay, we have many organisms. To escape from the unfavorable condition or stressful condition whatever occurred to their habitat, they will migrate or move away. Okay. When the unfavorable condition or the stressful condition get over in their habitat, they come back. Okay, that is about your migrate. Migrate means organism moved away from stressful condition. Okay, stressful habitat, not condition, their habitat, stressful habitat, Okay. Stressful habitat to the more hospitalized area, to the more hospitalized area means where you can find greater comfort. Hospitalized area just to escape that stress, and when favorable condition occur, they come back, they return area, sorry, I write there, maintain the hospitalized area here, and they return when favorable condition occur or unfavorable condition is vanished, turned out into a favorable condition. Okay. This is about migrate. This is a alternative response. Say I can give an example. There is a huge migration of birds from Nigeria to the Kilado National Park at Rajasthan, just to escape the unfavorable condition whatever occurred to their habitat. Okay. In the it is especially in winter season where they cannot adjust with the very cold climate. So, they migrate from Nigeria to our Kilado National Park, Rajasthan. It is present in Rajasthan. This is the migrate. Whatever the organism which shows this kind of a behavior, okay, they are known to be the migrators. Migrators. There are some organisms, they show alternative response if they cannot migrate or they cannot move to the other area. Okay. They can escape that stressful condition by escaping time. Okay. By escaping time, showing different mechanisms. Okay. That is called as a suspend. Suspend is a process in which organisms escape unfavorable condition, just by escaping time, and showing different mechanisms. Okay. What are the different mechanisms? You can ask me. The first one is sporulation. Okay. Sporulation. Second one is dormancy. Third one is hibernation. hibernation. The fourth one, the last one, is estivation. Estivation, correct. Sporulation, dormancy, hibernation and estivation. Hibernation known to be the winter sleep. Winter sleep. This is called summer sleep. Summer sleep. Okay. Sporulation means we have many microbes. They form tough spores, thick walled, tough layer around their spores just to maintain the unfavorable condition whatever occurred to their habitat. Okay. After, when the stressful condition gets over, okay, they will germinate, okay, into the young ones, germinate into the young ones whenever the favorable condition occur. They form thick walled layer around their spore microbes, just escape the unfavorable condition occur to them. Next one is dormancy. You have heard sea dormancy, right? Okay. Dormancy means many plants, the seeds of a plants, they minimize or reduce their metabolic activity till certain time, okay, till the unfavorable condition get over. When the favorable condition occur, they will germinate to form a young plant. What about hibernation or winter sleep? You have heard bear, okay. This bear escape the certain time or complete winter, okay, by completely undergoing a process of rest or a huge deep sleep. So, it has to escape that particular winter season, that is called as a winter sleep or hibernation. There are some organisms, they escape a whole season, okay, by completely undergoing a deep sleep. This is an example I can give is a bear for hibernation. What about estivation, or this is called as a summer sleep? In the case of some fish or snail, they undergo again a deep sleep by means of a process called estivation. A complete that season they undergoes a deep sleep. When the after summer get over winter, they come out and again in a favorable condition they do their normal activity. This is about the suspend. These are all the organisms which shows different mechanisms known to be the suspenders. Okay. This is about today's class. So, I wind up. Yes, today we have studied light, soil abiotic factor and the response to abiotic factor till suspend we have studied, right. Regulate, confirm, migrate and suspend. This much is over. Thank you for your patient listening. Keep studying. Okay. Have a nice day. Thank you.